Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman back with a game. We've got PoxJedi playing Forgler Swamp, and then Fruitseller up top playing Kathir Forest. Looks like he's swapped from selling fruit to selling trees, and down here it's probably just, I don't know, FS good stuff, I guess. He's got Gikal. He's actually, what? He's running the Dragon Tree and Sporgill? Man, I don't know, like an Ambling Frond too. I'd be very cautious about running all these slow champions, especially in KF, right? When you're a faction known for your speed. I mean, you kind of, I mean, I know you're playing trees and all, but like Sporgill's great. Like Sporgill is fine, you know. You'd want to run him anyway, but Dragonbark Tree on top of that, I think that's just a recipe for bad draws, all in all. So, and wait a minute, he didn't get into this font. Are you... Alright. I mean, he just gave up mid in order to summon a tree. Interesting strategy. I don't think I would have given up mid just for that. I mean, to be fair, Tree Caller is not exactly the best 1v1er against Gikal. But, I mean, name a champion that is, right? And before all the immunity magic comments. But yeah, so I guess PoxJedi has this font. He's got Murkwater down. And I mean, it's understandable that Fruitseller would want to play it slow. Since the deck he is playing sort of favors turtling a little bit. Because, I mean, in the early game, trees don't do too much unless they get, like, godly draws. But, I mean, you could probably do just as well. Just by turtling up back here with like some range, like the launchers and life givers maybe. But then over on this side, Ambling Frond and the greenhouse actually deployed to engage the shaman. So that assault is going to start to hurt. The shaman doesn't have Vaporize. I think honestly if he had Vaporize it would have been a lot worse off. Because Vaporize would trigger off the assault disengage and then he wouldn't be able to attack or anything. But with phase shift, it's easier because he can do that. Like he can just phase shift and walk away for 0 AP. So you have a little more control over when you go incorporeal there. And then of course the blind. You can blind the assault if you want. But I do feel like Shaman loses this for sure now that the greenhouse is down, because that thing is just going to pop out a sapling every 3 turns, and Shaman won't be able to escalate fast enough in order to deal with all this meat. So, I mean, you know, PoxJedi does have mid, but Fruitseller is making more progress on this side of the map. It's usually the other way around. Like this, the font on this map over here usually ends up being like a 1v1 for most of the game, because a lot of pressure is concentrated over here, because of the proximity of these fonts. And this one is just kind of out of the way for most decks to deal with, unless you have a champion that really excels in 1v1s. I played a game last night where I had a no condo champion over there, and it literally sat there versus like a bunch of Grave Warrior skeletons coming down for the entire game, and they couldn't do anything. Even though there were like 2 graveyards here, just kept pooping out meat, sending them forward. And PoxJedi decides to wisely abandon that font, realizing he already had the advantage over here. Looks like he's actually playing Snaptooth, and just, you know, is running Gikal for the lulz. He does have 2 Marsh songs going as well, so I'm assuming he doesn't feel too bad about abandoning this font. Just gonna let his Dusk Shaman scale up here with escalation. And the Dragonbark Tree now in the fight. Man, Fruitseller took the 60 Nora build. Okay, I don't know. Like, if I feel like this guy, like if you're gonna run him, you might as well just go the full tank route, like Regen 3 and Sapping Armor maybe. You could justify Nature's Connections in a tree deck, but I mean, I think you're already investing a lot into this guy just by having to wait on his deploy. But taking Cleanse, like he doesn't really do anything when he spawns, like with this build. Like he just kind of sits there and, you know, pokes for 9 occasionally. Cleanse, you can get other sources of Cleanse in KF, it doesn't matter too much. But Magic Beam here is nice to get around 1 with Nora, as is the Poison Cloud. He also took Poison Sting for Sporgill, so that's a lot of counters here to 1 with Nora. And he actually sends the Tree Color in now. Probably a good idea now that there's like a 5 range champion that he can just engage and keep at bay. So Gakal already down to 16 HP. And Gakal, funny enough, is actually a lot stronger on the offense these days than defensively. I remember back when One with Nora could not be dispelled, and it triggered on all damage, not just on basic attacks. He was a lot more of a pain in the ass to deal with defensively, especially because FS, they had like Murkwater weakness and stuff, and then all the healing in the world, the pre-nerf Angel. So, yeah, but nowadays he just kind of leaps in and gets a hit with Nora Incarnate and then dies because One with Nora isn't as reliable as it used to be. So, I mean, I guess here, like, he could hit Sporgill, but, like, who cares because it's a Sporgill. And that was a pretty big overextend there on PoxJedi's part. And yeah, I don't really see a way for him to save it. Like, he could maybe, like, leap towards this water and just, you know, wait on some healing because the trees, like, couldn't get to him. But looks like he's going to leap back. So Gakal actually hasn't made an attack all game, has he? Nope, no DOTs here. And Ancient heals him up a bit. I mean, I'm guessing this sapling... Man, you can't even kill this sapling. That's kind of funny. So 2 hits into it. And PoxJedi, I mean, he's looking like he's a little bit behind now. Now that the relic champions are in play, and then of course Fruitseller is gonna have to make a push over here. So PoxJedi deploys there as he's being stretched kind of thin, I would say, because I mean he can't afford to send any reinforcements up top, and he burns the Bog Light to keep Gakal in the fight. Life Siphon not going to be too useful on... I mean, he has 10 damage, but he's more useful for the dots in terms of damage. But I wonder if Fruitseller can kill him in any way. He does have... No, he's not in range of Poison Sting. If he could do like a light as a feather or something, and then Poison Sting, and then maybe Grimlick's Bane or something, I'm sure he could work out a kill somehow if he needs to. But I'd try and get, yeah, this Murkwater is a really good roadblock. Regen 3 and tough. And Fruitseller's champions are a little bit out of the way. The greenhouse is kind of blocking the Sporgill, so he's gonna have to use Poison Sting if he wants to do anything here. The Sting is in range of Ancient, although not really much possibility of getting a kill on that this turn. Although that light as a feather play for granting 1 AP to this tree color. I didn't realize that tree color had 15 damage from something. Greenhouse, yeah, I guess that, yeah, greenhouse, domain, tree form. So if the tree color can make a double hit somehow, and then Sporgill can finish with the Sting, that'd be nice. But there's the buffed Fire Oak. It's crazy Fire Oak snare ability that gives basically a 35 Nora spell passively every turn. I mean, I like the change. I mean, it definitely makes Fire Oak more runnable, but at what cost? Because now, I don't really see why we had to go the route of make it unique, you know, make it different from the Frost Tree. I mean, we could have just literally made it fire damage and entangle, like the same thing. I mean, I thought that was the whole point of these buffs, was to give like parity between abilities and stuff. So we could have just made it do fire damage and entangle to match the Frost one. But no, someone wanted to make a Jazzman rune. Not me this time. So that one's on you guys, whoever decided that. So the sapling goes down to the Murkwater. I don't know if I would have ran in there so quickly with that sapling. I mean, I know Fruitseller has an advantage over there and all, but I think that was a bit greedy. It just killed the sapling for nothing. And since they are real, they do leave Norglobes for PoxJedi to collect. Yeah, but the Ancient is a little bit screwed here. He doesn't have like distracting blows or anything for that tree, so that thing's just gonna teleport in there, get a huge AoE scold off, and that will take away a lot of this Murkwater's resiliency in the fight. But a couple of trees do go down, and I wonder if PoxJedi runs Erode for these guys. Like if he can do an Erode on both of these guys at once, that'd be awesome to see get rid of all those relics. But in general, the relic drop champions, I mean, it's basically Sporgil. Like, let's be real, Sporgil's the only OP one. The Tomb Sentinel is decent, but I don't think many people are keen on running that in a faction like FW, where your early game is already pretty weak. And then the Protector is just kind of, like, he's just kind of there. Like, he doesn't do anything, right? Except Magic Beam. So we'll see if... I don't know, we'll see if Fruitseller can get any kills. The Ancient is incorporeal now. Can't really do anything about that. But if Fire Oak can maybe set a blaze... Nah, he's AP short. Man, yeah, I'm always waiting on the light as a feather. He needs to get he's always just 1 AP off of everything. If he does do the set ablaze, and then scolds everybody, you could see maybe a double kill actually on the following turn, because Magic Beam should be on 1, I believe? Maybe 2. Maybe it's 2 and I'm miscounting. Because he could set up a nice Magic Beam on both these guys. There's a Thorn collection, and it looks like he's going in for the kill already. So he's got 9 here, and then another 15. Oh no, he's out of greenhouse range. He screwed up. So the Gakal will live with 2 HP. Unfortunate. Although I guess Sporgil can finish with the Sting, right? Unless it's on cooldown? No? But the Cleanse comes in, I'm guessing, for the healing? Alright. I don't know if I'd have wasted it, but alright. Oh yeah, Fire Oak. Yeah, Fire Oak can get it with the 1 to 4 range. That is true as well. Sporgil should probably grab that globe then. And then I'm guessing engaging the Ancient would be the best play to stop him from nabbing that top font on the following turn. And then Sapling over here, yeah, Frond is going to just retreat. I think at this point, Fruitseller should just, take the W on this font. Just, accept the fact that he's already won it, not invest any more resources over here, because the Saplings have Skirmisher. It's not like they can, go for the Shrine. He does have to worry about the Dusk Shaman, though, in the back. So I think once he's cleared up this situation on the right, then he can start looking towards making a push on the left side. It's a shame that there's not more vegetation on this map for the Frond, but, it is what it is. Where did that... what was that? The Deadeye? He took Tunnel, it's base ability. So he tunnels with the Deadeye into stealth. So I'm assuming he's tunneling this way. Although it is possible he goes over here. Because he can just traverse this water, right? So we can go across the water. Oh, actually, Frond is amphibious. I forgot about that. So Frond could actually look for him if that's the case. But yeah, I think if I were PoxJedi, I would put that Deadeye probably over this way. Because you need more than what you've got over here to deal with these trees. And sends the Dusk Shaman over there too, and a Bogey Hopper for some global healing. Boy, 12 HP. He took Bubble as an upgrade. Interesting. I thought I was the only one who did that. I think, although I do take Heal Champion 2 when I run Bubble, just for the cost decrease, but. Yeah, I think more buffers is always nice. I mean, you could probably run, like, you could get away with running 1 with Bubble and then 1 with Heal Mass 3, if you really want to. But I think 2 Bog Hopper Shaman already is overkill. You probably don't need that much healing. Especially when you've got other stuff like, Ancient and regen on your Murkwater. So the Fire Oak, wait a minute. Are you, yeah, Scolded. Okay, I just realized that earlier when I said, oh yeah, he can take away the upgrades, I was thinking of Confuse and not Scolded, which increases AP costs. So yeah, I mean, it's still an annoying ability. And my point was unchanged, but I was, would that be better or worse, giving Confuse in an AoE? I'm pretty sure it would be better, I want to say, but then again, I think Confuse would be stronger in niche situations. Scolded is just universally good. I mean, makes, your blocks and dodges cost 4 AP. And, it eats through, I guess, Confuse would eat through stuff like No Kondo, on if anything has that as an upgrade. Pretty sure KF doesn't really hurt for No Kondo counters, though. They got precision on a bunch of their range units. So yeah, the Ancient is really getting run down over here. I don't know if I'd have moved further this way. I think moving towards the dragon bark and towards your own reinforcements would have been a better option. Maybe he was, I mean, he was kind of caught out, like in this area by the Sporgill. So we didn't have many places to run to there. But with the Murkwater set ablaze, that should be an easy cleanup kill on Fruitseller's next turn. Yeah, I think, like here, like PoxJedi really needs... what would he really need? Like, he needs to get kills, basically. He doesn't have any damage out, except for this Shaman. And, I mean, as far as Fruitseller's champions go, they're all kind of really annoying to deal with. Like, 2 Sporgills, and then the Protector, which you have to kill twice. But a bubble comes down, trying to save that Murkwater. And a second Marsh Song. I think at this point, Marsh Song is not really what you want, because like I feel like Frond is just going to march into this font. Which, in that case, Marsh Song is fine, but I definitely favor deploys here, because you're really... Like, you shouldn't be hurting for Nora, you're more so losing on the board, because Fruitseller has been on 2 fonts for quite a while. That's sort of the problem I have with these 3 font type maps, is that they really, I mean, usually, not in this case, obviously, but usually they favor low resource intensive decks. Stuff like FS and SP do really well here. Forsaken Waste, certain Forsaken Waste decks do well because their champions are just so damn cheap that you can deploy, like you can force out deploys even on just 1 font. Whereas a lot of bigger 5 font maps, it tends to lead towards more balanced games, I think, because no faction has an inherent advantage when the resources are that intent. What am I trying to say? Not intense, but the resources are that consistent and that prevalent. So there's the Deadeye ambushing that Protector, and Protector, I guess, was trying to get to the Dusk Shaman, but yeah, he got ensnared there, so he can't quite make it. Has to take a hit on the Deadeye instead. Frond actually didn't drop a relic in that font. It looked like, I mean, I'm assuming he was trying to, but maybe he ran out of Nora or something? Like, he deployed just Sporgill, right? But, I mean, Frond is still threatening. So maybe PoxJedi can divert something over there. I mean, I'm guessing he's going to have to send Murkwater that way. Or he's going to deploy. So we will see. There's more Scolded on all of these guys. So Deadeye and Boghopper Shaman. Boghopper Shaman's bubble is going to be 9 AP. And he won't even, like, he can't even save that much. He's going to have 8. Scolded is such a pain in the ass. It's a fun rune to use, but it's one of those runes that really, really sucks to have played against you. And Treecolor actually goes back to normal form, getting rid of the boost. Where is that actually getting rid of the boost? It looks like they also gained 5. No, wait, she goes back to normal form and then back into tree form just for the cleanse, because her active was on cooldown. What was she trying to cleanse there? Was she trying to cleanse inhibited from the ancient? Oh yeah, I see what happened. Fruitseller probably tried to transfer life into the Treecaller, but the Treecaller was inhibited by the ancient, so it didn't work. Then he realized it. So Frond, not quite able to get to that font, gonna get banged by these crocs here. Yeah, I mean, Frond is 52 Nora. Like, he's literally tying up over 100 Nora's worth of champions on PoxJedi's end. And I mean, he's gonna get the Fire Oak here. Boghopper Shaman can finish. No, he can finish with a Soul Tapped. And then, so I guess he chose to heal instead, so he's gonna have to finish with Deadeye. Deadeye could have, nah, he couldn't have finished because Scolded. Very annoying to have to play against that. That buffer is still on the Murkwater though, so he should be fine. Maybe he could even somehow sneak into this font, but nah. Fruitseller is doing a nice job of making sure to prevent that with these saplings from the greenhouse. Blocking him in like that. How much damage is left on that buffer? 30? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. So the font is currently PoxJedi's for now. I'm wondering if he can actually deploy there. Like, does he have the Nora to do that? He cast another Marsh Song just now, so probably not. But there goes another hit on the Protector. And it will leave him on 3. Yeah, and I mean, Fruitseller here, like, you can just walk into this font, and then I guess you can send the Sapling in, because they're Skirmisher, right? Can't really do anything near the Shrine. So we might as well send these things into the font, too, to contest. So, Banner, and finally, Camaraderie. Willowwind, it's a little late for Willowwind at this point, but, you know, better late than never. Camaraderie down. And then Heal Champion 3. The Willowwind is really something you want, like, as early as possible. Not only for camaraderie, but to get logistics stacking ASAP. And, what was that? Another cleanse on the tree caller for no reason. I mean, it's 5 HP heal, it's fine. But probably want to save it for, like, a debuff, right? So the Sapling gonna engage here. Assault that Ancient if he tries to leave. No, let's count on the buffer. 19 down to 13. So Murkwater still holding strong. Then Lifegiver going to take off another bit. I would say like PoxJedi is he has the numbers back now. Like he's maintained control of this font up until this point. So he has what he needs to deal with it, but it's just a matter of fending off the reinforcements from this side. He's sort of getting pincered here, like from the sides. Sapling and then Frond threatening this font. Frond actually turtles, leaving the Sapling to contest. And then I mean he's not out of it. Like he needs to, I guess. I mean Dragon Bark's at 10, but who cares? And then the Spore Gills are really where the efficiency comes from. And I guess in terms of Fruitseller's position, like he's slowly losing ground actually. Like he has about equal numbers, but he can't really get any kills with what he's got because all his champions have like 9 damage. I wonder if there's any way to give like a Tree Folk Relocate Relic. Because that's something like they're missing, right? In their theme. There's not really a tree that right now that has it. So if you could have a Tree Folk with a Relocate Relic to bring your greenhouses into the action, that'd be a pretty nice buff for them, I think. So luckily, PoxJedi is playing Snaptooth. He has the AP to make quick work of that Dragon Bark relic, and he's managing to come back pretty nicely. The Marsh Song's really starting to kick in. Despite being down a font, he can keep up in Nora. And yeah, Fruitseller hasn't really been able to make any progress on this side of the map. Despite having the 2-to-1 font advantage. That's just the power of FS for you. I mean, they can play a font down, no problem. And the buffers are starting to get passed around now by Shaman, so that's more work that Fruitseller will have to get through. And unfortunately, the Spore Gills do only have damage yield 1, so they're not gonna be returning much to the buffers. He needs I would say he needs like an Oak Thumper or something with Surge, or like a Dryad, you know, something to make the big numbers go bigger. And a Gale Singer coming down, so we're probably gonna see a Hymn on the following turn. I think this is probably the beginning of the end for Fruitseller, unfortunately for him, because once the Hymn comes down, you know, unless he gets the kill on this Ancient, you can get 20. Yeah, you can get the kill here, assuming there's no spells or anything that will get in the way. But after the Hymn comes down, like the Shaman with 18 damage is going to rip right through that Tree Caller. And then you could probably do some decent damage to that Frond. I mean, these guys are on 0 AP. I'm pretty sure Pounce is still available, though. I wasn't actually looking down there when he killed that Sapling, so it might not be. But another Fire Oak. Of course he's running 2 Fire Oaks. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? I mean, they're probably the best tree right now that you could be running in that deck. I mean, man, Lifegiver used to be like 33 Nora, didn't it? And then it had Immobile, but it was 15 damage after taking root. And it was very, very overpowered. It had like 90 HP. And people justified it by saying, oh, well, you can't move. But then it had like 8 range, and you could never get to it. And it just kept sniping you for like 15 damage every time. Crazy strong. So there's the kill that comes down as expected. And no, the Murkwater won't quite follow. He's on 2. But this Poison Cloud might have something to say about that. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, remember when I said it was the beginning of the end for Fruitseller? Yeah, I take that back now. He's managing to hold off pretty well. These Spore Gills are just too damn efficient. And, you know, the endless greenhouse summons. But yeah, so that was a nice turn for him. Nice turnaround. But the Battle Hymn is still threatening. I mean, it's basically Dusk Shaman versus the world at this point. We haven't seen any poison traps or anything. This area has been so clustered this entire game. I was expecting poison traps to just rip through these guys. I'm pretty sure poison trap still affects immunity poison units. They just don't get poisoned by it, but they still lose AP. But the hymn coming down now. PoxJedi not willing to go down without a fight. This Frond not going to kick the bucket just yet. But I mean, he could loop the Shaman around again, but still won't be enough to kill. I would just go for this like tree collar or something. He's got no, he has 1 to 2 range. Yeah, he can leverage the racial to get a hit, like from here. And then 20. You gotta. Oh, he doesn't have camouflage. All right. Yeah, so it's basically a kill if he goes all in on this. Getting rid of boost definitely gonna help. And maybe, I don't know, blind the sapling so it doesn't assault you. But he's actually going for Spore Gill instead. Okay. Probably wouldn't be my target. But he does get the kill, and I'm assuming he's going to kill the relic as well. And then I guess Boghopper Shaman can hit the sapling, maybe? How does this thing have 34 HP? It's 10, oh yeah, 10 from banner, 10 from boost. These things they basically have the stat line of summons, aside from that HP. I think mixed drones also have like 33 HP. It's kind of ridiculous. I think they're the ones with the highest HP in the game. But nobody plays mix, so it doesn't matter. And Sapling with the Fascinate tracks everybody in. I think that's a kill, actually, on the Dusk Shaman. That's a Boghopper buffer, so it's only 10 HP. So maybe we'll see like a Take Root and some spell spam to finish that thing off. I think if Fruitseller gets the kill on that Dusk Shaman, it's probably over. But if he doesn't, I mean, the 33 HP Deadeye is also an easy target. It's got 15, and then yeah, okay, so he's not in greenhouse range, so that's 15 there. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. And the healing coming down. Sapling actually doing 6 because of Hunter. No, you gotta attack it. Okay, well, he's wasting a bit of AP by attacking it with the Sapling. When he could have just, hit it with the Tender, or a Tree Collar. I guess Tree Collar has better things to do. She can get the globes, though. Or, a Spore Gill can get them. Tree Collar does get that one. Engaging. Bumped my mic there. And then a lash down too. So, okay, so, yeah, Dusk Shaman's kind of screwed. Although, Phase Shift does get rid of Rooted. So, I mean, Dusk Shaman can just use that to get away. If it lives, which I'm assuming it will. Man, that's such a juicy AoE. Imagine a Borgas bomb right there. Fucking maddening echoes that shit. If you're playing Underdepths. If only PoxJedi was playing Underdepths. Now, then you'd have to call him Pox Sith instead of PoxJedi. His emotions are betraying him. He should have chosen the dark side. But Life Giver, another Life Giver. 78 HP on that Life Giver. 10 damage. 56 Nora, by the way. Fair and balanced. So Murkwater still chasing down that Ambling Frond. The Frond doesn't even have regen from being on grass or anything. Fruitseller took regen 1 on the Frond. He took damage shield 1 on the Spore Gills as well. I guess he doesn't like having upgrades. I mean, you could probably justify playing regen 1, but damage shield 1 on the Spore Gill? Like, damage shield is a 2 Nora ability at max rank. There's really no good reason not to take rank 3. That's because the cost is upgrade is so minimal. And Gale Singer, unfortunately, being a slow and ponderous Torton, cannot land the finishing blow on the Frond. So that's another turn. PoxJedi will be without fonts. And, I mean, if he can't phase shift that Shaman to get away, then he's basically screwed. Like, he's going to lose the Shaman, and then Snaptooth Hunter on his own won't be able to do much. It's unfortunate that, like, the deck he's playing, he can't really afford to send something over here to capture this free font. I mean, like, if he sends anything up there, like, Fruitseller just steamrolls up top. So he's kind of had to play a font down all game because of that. It's really dangerous, I've found, to send ranged units into 1v1s like this on the map. Because, I mean, if your opponent gets a good melee draw, like, as you guys probably saw in that game I had against Burn Pyro, like, his Angel literally couldn't do anything to my tracker because of Elusive. I mean, that's sort of like a lucky counter pick situation, but usually ranged units in 1v1s do lose to melee champions because they have to spend AP disengaging. Like, melee champions tend to have, like, engage abilities like pull or grappling hook that can, you know, close the gap. So I probably would have favored a melee champion going to this font and just sort of predict that. But maybe he didn't have the draws for that. And ooh, a backfire. What did he get? Herbal Antidote. What was Fruitseller trying to Herbal Antidote? I don't see any debuffs. Oh yeah, the Murkwater weakness. Okay. So we was trying to cleanse that, but it did get backfired. So all of these champions currently have 1 damage. I mean, that's one way to save the Dusk Shaman. Twisted Fyro is just going to come in and set ablaze it, though. So back-to-back CCs. And I'm pretty sure Dusk Shaman can't phase shift well set ablazed. Although, actually, no, that's not true. It's not an attack. Like, you can do stuff like I had a game the other day where I got set ablazed, my Deep Elf Summoner, and I could still Mischief, I could still summon an Imp, I could still Invigorate, so yeah, you could probably still phase shift while you're set ablazed. And then, you know, blind as well, if you need to. But Fruitseller is doing the right thing, keeping the pressure on. And he could probably... Can he still get this kill? No, Lifegiver's going to do 22... Nah, probably not. And Mana and Overgrowth, too, on the Spirit Altar. So by the time that banner dies, PoxJedi will have more reinforcements to worry about. It's an interesting choice. I haven't seen Overgrowth in a while. I believe the saplings that summoned used to be real. But don't quote me on that. Or maybe that was just back when summons could contest fonts, and it was a lot better. But either way, Spirit Altar going to die in, I believe, 6 turns. And yeah, Dusk Shaman down to 15. Transfigure, maybe? Nope. I mean, he was already in Grimlick's Bane range anyway, so if he had that, he could have just got the kill that way. But I don't know if... I mean, like, he's winning so hard over here. I still don't think I agree with the Transfigure. Like, you didn't really... Oh, wait, what killed it? 10. Oh, yeah, 10 from the Set Ablaze, and then, yeah, he did need the Transfigure. Okay, I'm dumb. Just ignore me. Because, it was on 12, and then the Set Ablaze did 10, and then the Transfigure finished it off. Or helped finish it off. So, yeah, down goes the Dusk Shaman, and that's, again, that's basically the end of the game for PoxJedi. He has no damage options around. He has not really much late game presence against Fruitseller's deck. He's just going to get steamrolled by efficiency at this point. More Spore Gills, more Dragon Bark, because the one Spore Gill is dead, but they have like a 5-turn cooldown because they're so cheap. And he still can't send anything topside. And that fucking Frond has been in the font for so long. The red would be proud if anyone still remembers the red. I mean, it's dead this turn, obviously, but the banner will eventually go pop, summon some more meat, and that Boghopper Shaman is going to die bravely contesting that font. And I would think at this point PoxJedi is probably going to surrender, right? Like, there's no way you come back from this, is there? He still has a couple full HP champions over here. I think once he gets his font back, you could maybe say, well, he might do a good battle hymn turn and get a few kills, right? So you never know. It's possible to come back from this situation. But I'm not really sure how good, like Snaptooth, when they're behind, can they really do anything? Like, do they have the comeback potential? I wouldn't think so. I think their deck is sort of like it's sort of like Minotaurs, where if you lose your early advantage, like you lose in the mid game, you're probably done because you don't have much backup. And then the set of blades is on cooldown, but the Scolded going to prevent any AP usage for that Torton. So down goes the Shaman. He actually took root. That's the first take root we've seen all game. I guess that's probably a good place to take root. I mean, ideally it would have happened in the font or something. Or like maybe like 1-2 spaces this way towards the font, just to catch any reinforcements coming out. But I mean, the 5 range is still threatening. The Frond, why is the Frond still alive? Come on, man, you gotta kill that thing. Oh yeah, there's the other tree, the Frost version. So yeah, the Frost Vine can start putting some pressure on the shrine. And there goes the Ambler. Get that globe, man. No, get the globe. Okay, well, he's gonna get it. And is he? Nah, I don't think he can kill this. There's no way. Not with the resistances around. Can I just say, I know Snaptooth kind of lacked alt damage before, but why does this thing have a frost attack? I mean, come on. There's no good reason for this thing to have any alt damage on it. I think if you were gonna give a Snaptooth alt damage, I'd probably put it on like Crom Angler, right? But do they even really need it? Like they've got the Chilean and the Dusk Shaman. I mean, magic is sort of an alt damage, depending on your definition. And then they've got who else have they got? I'm pretty sure that the Ancient. Yeah, this guy. He's disease damage. So I don't know if they really need it. But yeah, Crom Angler you could maybe justify like an alt damage type. Because he looks like he looks like the type of crocodile that would like breathe some nasty stuff, like frost or fire or something. Just based on the art, you know. Whereas this guy, I mean, there's no way this guy isn't just snapping you to death, right? Or clawing you, something. But then the Sporgill, yeah, and then Fruitseller here is just going to make his way slowly but surely towards PoxJedi's shrine. Keeping everything bunched up nice and tight, though. And it's a shame FS doesn't have anything to take advantage of that. Haven't seen any drowns yet either, although granted there hasn't been much worthy of drowning. Save for these trees, I guess. And there's no way Fruitseller will put like the Frost Vine on one of these water spaces. So nice juicy Poison Cloud here actually on everybody, including his own Fire Oak, but at this point who cares? You could maybe, you can do 13, it's 11, no aura. Yeah, the Gale Singer is going to live, I think. Because the Sapling's already got it, but it will put it in kill range from Assault, right? Like if he attacks it. So then they'll take Poison, and then, yeah, 8. Then there comes the second Lash Down, so everyone gains AP. Willow Wind taking root in the font, nice and cozy. Pretty good stats, actually, after taking root for a 63 Nora champ now, 1-1. And this is actually a lot of healing. I think part of the reason PoxJedi couldn't make much progress is because of these Life Givers and all the healing that was coming down. Nature's Connections and the occasional cleanses. Because FS doesn't have much in the way of anti-healing. His Ancient was the best he's got. I mean, he's got another one now. But it kind of just got ran down by all the melee that was involved. And they're the young saplings. Kind of unlucky spawn positions near the back. Would have been better to have them up front, but doesn't matter. They're here. And they are here to stay. So yeah, Gale Singer gonna die no matter what. What did she do? Did she pacify something? No, another battle hymn. Okay. So that tree is going down in return, I would assume. Then Frostvine here. Can't actually take root because take-rooted champions cannot damage shrines. They get Skirmisher. I mean, the Crocs are holding in, barely, but they are holding in. The Gale Singer is going to die to the poison. Then the Fire Oak, you could walk this. Come on, you could walk this Hunter around and finish it off, right? There's no way you don't just walk in there. And then, because these saplings, oh no, yeah, the Ancient's rooted. He's going to have to keep something in the font. 4 and 2, 6, and then yeah, you could walk back to the font and still kill that thing. It's got poison. Is it going to die to something that I'm missing? Poison, no soul tap. No, it's going to live. Decides to get a couple hits on the Willow Wind instead. But font eruption, all right. That didn't quite do it. He needs actually a second font eruption would do it because he'd lose the 5 HP from Banner, right? But I don't know if he has the Nora. So Lemsu transfigures, and oh man, if that Frostvine were actually rooted, then you could just leap right over it and rush that font. But nope, just spits at the tree instead. And what? Oh yeah, the Deadeye. The Deadeye is still around. So Deadeye actually walked his way over into that font. He didn't tunnel this way like I thought. He actually tunneled up top. So, alright, PoxJedi's got plans. He's got ways to win. The question is, can he hold off? And nope, it didn't matter anyway. Man, I was looking forward to the comeback, but nah, he didn't. He just decided to surrender. So, well played to both, and we'll see everyone in the next one.